A new update tonight in regards to a homicide investigation in Beloit. Police confirm that the man found dead following a chase with Illinois State Police was a person of interest in the homicide case. The victim, 25-year-old Ariana Phobes of Beloit, was found dead December 10th in the 1900 block of Colony Court. Just before 5:30 in the evening, police were originally called there for shots fired. The same night, Illinois State Police located the suspect vehicle along Interstate 80 and chased it to a rest stop in Princeton, Illinois. When they caught up to the person, that's when authorities say they found the driver dead with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Prince is around an hour and 45 minutes away from Rock County. No further details have been shared at this time.